She said it was over. You thought you'd moved on. But lately, something's been different. She's showing up in ways that feel familiar but confusing. Reaching out for reasons that seem small. Looking at you in ways that say more than her words ever could. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Sometimes, the person who walked away realizes they made a mistake. But pride, fear, and uncertainty keep them from saying it directly. Today, I'm going to show you the subtle signs that she secretly wants you back, and more importantly, what you should actually do with that information. If you've been wondering whether there's still a chance, or if you're just reading into things, this video will give you the clarity you need. Let's decode the signals. Welcome back to Aphorism Archive, where we explore the deeper truths about relationships, communication, and personal growth. I'm glad you're here, because today's topic is one that requires nuance, emotional intelligence, and a commitment to making wise decisions rather than emotional ones. Before we get into the signs, I need to establish something crucial. Just because someone wants you back doesn't mean you should take them back. That might sound harsh, but it's honest. Rekindling a relationship requires more than nostalgia and longing. It requires real change, genuine reflection, and both people being in a healthier place than when things ended. So as we go through these signs today, I want you to observe them with clarity, not desperation. Don't twist every interaction into evidence that she wants you back. But also, don't dismiss genuine signals because you're trying to protect yourself from hope. The goal here is discernment, the ability to see what's really happening so you can make an empowered decision about your future. Now, let's talk about what it really looks like when someone who walked away starts having second thoughts. The first and most obvious sign is that she's reaching out. But here's the key, it's how and why she's reaching out that tells you what's really going on. She texts you about something seemingly insignificant. Hey, I found something of yours. Want me to drop it off? Or random question, what was the name of that restaurant we went to? Or this song came on and it reminded me of you. These aren't actually about the forgotten item, the restaurant name, or the song. They're excuses to create contact, to see if you'll respond, to test the waters. She's reaching out on meaningful dates, your birthday, an anniversary, a holiday you used to celebrate together. She's sending the thinking of you message that seems casual but is loaded with significance. This isn't coincidence. She's marking the occasions that used to matter to you both, showing that she still remembers, still cares, still considers you important. Pay attention to the timing and frequency. If she's reaching out consistently, even with small things, she's working to maintain a connection. If these messages come late at night, they're often fueled by vulnerability and genuine emotion. If they're thoughtful and specific rather than generic, she's putting effort into these interactions. But here's what separates genuine interest from breadcrumbing, her responsiveness when you engage. If she reaches out and then enthusiastically continues the conversation, asks about your life, seems genuinely interested in reconnecting, that's real. If she reaches out but then is vague, distant, or inconsistent in her responses, she might just be keeping you as an option while she explores other possibilities. Someone who truly wants you back will create opportunities for connection and then actually show up for those opportunities. They won't leave you wondering. They'll engage meaningfully when you respond. The strategic reach out is her way of saying I'm still here without the vulnerability of saying I miss us. She's opening a door and seeing if you'll walk through it. The second sign is that she's actively curious about your life in ways that go beyond casual interest. She asks mutual friends about you. Not in an obvious way necessarily, but she's gathering information, how you're doing, who you're seeing, what you're up to. She might frame it casually, but there's a pattern of inquiry that reveals ongoing interest. She's watching your social media closely. She's liking posts, viewing your stories, sometimes being the first to engage with your content. And it's not just passive scrolling, she's paying attention to details. She might reference something from your social media in conversation, revealing that she's not just casually aware of your life but actively following it. She asks you direct questions when you do interact. How's work going? Are you still doing that hobby? How's your family? But these questions have a different quality than polite small talk. There's genuine interest in her tone. She remembers details from your previous answers and follows up on them later. She's building a current picture of your life because she wants to know the real you right now. This curiosity often comes with subtle probing about your relationship status. So, are you seeing anyone, or how's the dating scene treating you? She might frame it casually, but she's fishing for information about whether you're available, whether you've moved on, whether there's competition for your attention. Here's what this means. People who have genuinely moved on aren't this invested in your day-to-day life. They might hope you're doing well in an abstract way, but they're not actively tracking your movements, your moods, your relationships. Curiosity reveals continued emotional investment. However, distinguish between healthy interest and invasive surveillance. If her curiosity feels obsessive, controlling, or like she's keeping tabs on you in an unhealthy way, that's a red flag, not a green light. What we're talking about is someone who stays interested in your well-being and growth because they care about you, not because they want to control or monitor you. The third sign is significant. She opens up to you about struggles, feelings, or personal growth in ways that create emotional intimacy. She tells you she's been in therapy or working on herself. She shares insights about what she's learned, patterns she's recognized, ways she's grown since the breakup. This isn't just casual conversation. This is her showing you that she's different now, that she's addressed issues that may have contributed to the relationship's end. She admits to missing you or missing what you had. Not necessarily in a direct "I want you back" way, but in vulnerable moments. I saw something today that made me think of us. I've been reflecting on our relationship and realizing I miss having someone who understood me like you did. These statements are invitations for deeper conversation. She apologizes for her part in how things ended. Real apologies, not defensive ones. She acknowledges specific behaviors, takes responsibility without making excuses, and expresses genuine regret. I know I pushed you away when you were trying to help. I realize now that I was being unfair when. This shows self-awareness and accountability, critical ingredients for a successful reconciliation. She shares fears or insecurities with you, revealing that she still sees you as a safe person to be vulnerable with. Despite the breakup, she trusts you with her inner world. This is incredibly significant because it means the emotional bond hasn't been severed in her mind. Vulnerability is currency in relationships. When someone shares it with you after a breakup, they're investing in the possibility of reconnection. They're showing you their growth, their authenticity, their willingness to be seen fully. This is often a bridge-building behavior. She's trying to reconstruct the emotional intimacy that was lost. But pay attention to whether this vulnerability is genuine or performative. Is she sharing growth she's actually doing, or just telling you what she thinks you want to hear? Is she taking real accountability, or subtly blaming you while appearing to apologize? True vulnerability has a quality of authenticity that manipulative vulnerability lacks. The fourth sign might be uncomfortable to navigate, but it's telling. She shows signs of jealousy or discomfort about your potential dating life. When you mention other women, even casually, her energy shifts. She becomes quieter, changes the subject, or asks pointed questions. "Oh, who's that? Are you too serious?" Her tone might be casual, but there's an edge of anxiety underneath. She makes comments about you dating, sometimes framed as jokes or casual observations. "I bet you're breaking hearts out there. I'm sure you have girls lined up." These statements, even when said lightly, reveal that she's thinking about you with other people, and it bothers her. She might even go so far as to subtly discourage you from dating. You should take time for yourself. The dating scene is so toxic right now. You deserve better than these random people. She's framing concern for your well-being, but underneath, she doesn't want you moving on. In conversations with mutual friends, she asks about your dating life or expresses opinions about people you're seeing. She might downplay connections you're forming or emphasize incompatibilities she perceives. This isn't about protecting you, it's about protecting the possibility of you two getting back together. Here's the psychology: we don't feel jealous about people we're over. Jealousy is a possessive emotion that emerges when we perceive a threat to something we value. If she's showing jealousy about your romantic life, she still views you as hers on some level, even if the relationship has officially ended. However, jealousy alone isn't a reason to reconcile. In fact, if her jealousy manifests in controlling, manipulative, or guilt-inducing behaviors, that's a sign of an unhealthy attachment style that would likely cause problems again. Healthy jealousy looks like honest admission: I know I don't have a right to feel this way, but it's hard seeing you with someone else. Unhealthy jealousy looks like criticism, manipulation, or attempts to sabotage your other relationships. The fifth sign is her consistent presence in your life, even without a clear reason to be there. She shows up to events where she knows you'll be. Not in a stalkerish way, but she's saying yes to social gatherings, group hangouts, or activities that give her access to you. If you mention you're going somewhere and she suddenly decides to go too, that's not coincidence, that's intentional. She maintains connections with your friends and family. She's still texting your sister, still friendly with your best friend, still attending functions where your people will be. She's keeping herself woven into your social fabric, maintaining these relationships as a way of staying connected to your life. She volunteers to help you with things. I can pick that up for you. Let me help you move that furniture. I'm free if you need someone to talk to. She's creating reasons to be useful, to spend time together, to show you she still cares about your well-being. She lingers in conversations. When you do interact, she's not in a hurry to leave. She asks one more question, tells one more story, extends the interaction as long as possible. There's a reluctance to say goodbye that wasn't there right after the breakup when she was trying to establish distance. Physical proximity matters in relationships. By maintaining presence in your life, she's keeping the possibility of reconnection alive. She's ensuring that you don't forget about her, that she stays relevant in your daily experience, that when you think about companionship or relationship, she's part of that picture. But here's the key question: is her presence welcome and healthy, or is it intrusive and boundary violating? There's a difference between someone who shows up in ways that enhance your life and someone who refuses to give you the space you need to heal and move forward. If you've asked for distance and she's not respecting that, her presence isn't about love, it's about control. The sixth sign is how she talks about your past relationship, and it's changed significantly from right after the breakup. She brings up good memories. Remember when we did that thing? That trip we took was amazing. You were so funny when. She's not dwelling on what went wrong anymore. She's highlighting what was right, what was special, what was worth holding on to. She acknowledges what you brought to her life. You really helped me grow in this way. I appreciated how you always. You understood me better than anyone else has. She's verbalizing the value you added, the unique role you played, the gap your absence has left. She talks about how things could have been different. Not in a bitter way, but in a reflective one. If I had communicated better. Looking back, I wish we had tried. She's mentally rewriting the story with different choices, different outcomes. She's imagining alternative versions where you're still together. She compares other people or situations to what you had. No one makes me laugh like you did. I haven't connected with anyone the way I connected with you. She's measuring everything against the standard you set, and finding it lacking. This reminiscing serves multiple purposes. It's her way of telling you that she values what you shared. It's her way of keeping those experiences alive rather than letting them become forgotten history. And it's her way of testing your receptiveness. Do you engage with these memories warmly, or do you shut them down? When someone has truly moved on, they either don't discuss the past relationship much, or they view it neutrally or negatively. When someone wants you back, the past becomes golden-hued, full of moments worth preserving and potentially recreating. However, be cautious of selective memory. If she's only remembering the good times and ignoring very real problems that caused the breakup, that's not growth, that's nostalgia. And nostalgia isn't a foundation for a healthy relationship. You need someone who can acknowledge both the beautiful and the broken parts of what you had, and who's committed to building something better. The seventh sign involves personal changes and improvements she makes, and makes sure you know about. She's working on herself in visible ways. She's getting fit, pursuing new goals, developing new skills, improving her mental health. And she's making sure you see it, through social media, through mutual friends, through casual mentions when you interact. This isn't just about her own growth, it's about showing you she's becoming a better version of herself. She addresses issues that contributed to the breakup. If she was dismissive, she's learning to communicate better. If she was emotionally unavailable, she's doing therapy. If she was struggling with personal demons, she's getting help. She's taking concrete action on the specific things that damaged the relationship. She changes behaviors that bothered you. Remember how she was always late? She's suddenly punctual when you meet. Remember how she was glued to her phone? When you're together, her phone stays away. These aren't accidental changes, they're strategic demonstrations that she's heard your concerns and taken them seriously. She talks about her growth explicitly. I've learned so much about myself. Therapy has really helped me understand my patterns. I'm in such a different place now. She's not just growing quietly, she's making sure you know about it. She wants you to see that if you gave her another chance, it would be different this time. This is actually one of the most hopeful signs because real change is essential for a reconciliation to work. If someone wants you back but hasn't done any personal work, they're just wanting to recapture a feeling, not build something sustainable. But you need to be discerning here. Is this genuine transformation, or is it performative? Has she actually changed, or is she just performing change long enough to win you back? Real growth takes time and shows up consistently. Performative growth is flashy but shallow and doesn't last once the goal, getting you back, is achieved. Ask yourself, has she been maintaining these changes over time, or did they suddenly appear when she realized you might be moving on? Is she growing for herself, or just to impress you? Can she articulate what she's learned and how she's different? The answers to these questions matter tremendously. The eighth sign is perhaps the most telling. She's communicating her feelings directly, but in ways that give her plausible deniability if you reject her. She says things like, "I've been thinking about us a lot," or "breaking up might have been a mistake," or "I don't think I've found what we had with anyone else." These statements are clear expressions of regret and longing, but they're not quite "I want you back." They're testing the waters. She asks hypothetical questions. Do you think people who break up can make it work the second time? Have you ever thought about what would have happened if we'd handled things differently? Do you believe in second chances? She's gauging your openness to reconciliation without fully exposing herself. She makes statements about wanting to spend more time together. "It's nice hanging out like this. I've missed talking to you. We should do this more often." She's proposing increased contact, moving from occasional interactions to more regular presence in each other's lives. She directly asks about your feelings. Do you ever think about us? Do you hate me for how things ended? Have you forgiven me? These questions require you to be vulnerable first, to reveal whether the door is still open in your heart. She might even say something like, "I'm not saying I want to get back together, but..." followed by a statement that clearly indicates she's thinking about it. This is her way of floating the idea while maintaining an escape route if you're not receptive. Pay attention to these coded messages because they're her way of taking a risk without fully committing to it. She's hoping you'll pick up what she's putting down, that you'll be the one to say, "I've been thinking the same thing," so she doesn't have to fully expose her vulnerability. If you're noticing these direct but coded messages, she's ready for a real conversation about reconciliation. She's given you multiple openings. Now the question is, are you ready for that conversation? The ninth and final sign isn't about her behavior, it's about your intuition. And sometimes, this is the most reliable indicator of all. You feel the shift in energy when you're together. There's a tension, but not an uncomfortable one. It's the tension of unspoken feelings, of attraction that never fully died, of two people dancing around what they both know but haven't said. The chemistry is still there. When you interact, it feels natural, easy, comfortable in a way that only comes from deep familiarity and genuine connection. You fall into old patterns of humor, communication, and understanding. It's like no time has passed, and yet somehow you're both different, potentially better. You catch her looking at you when she thinks you're not noticing. The looks linger a little too long to be casual. There's something in her eyes, warmth, longing, sadness, hope. The way someone looks at you reveals more than words ever could. Your gut tells you that something has shifted. Maybe you can't point to one specific thing, but the overall pattern, the energy, the feeling, it all says that she's reconsidering the decision to end things. Your intuition is picking up on subtle cues that your conscious mind might miss. Here's why intuition matters. We are remarkably good at reading people we've been intimate with. We know their patterns, their tells, their energy. When something is different, we sense it, even if we can't always articulate why. If your gut is telling you she wants you back, don't dismiss that as wishful thinking. But don't treat it as certainty either. Let it inform you, not decide for you. Trust your instincts, but verify them through observation and communication. Intuition opens the door to investigation, it doesn't provide the final answer. So let's say you've recognized multiple signs. She's reaching out, showing curiosity, being vulnerable, displaying jealousy, maintaining presence, reminiscing positively, showing growth, sending coded messages, and your intuition is screaming that she wants another chance. Now what? This is where most people make critical mistakes. They either jump back in without addressing what went wrong the first time, or they play games, making her earn them back in ways that create resentment rather than healing. Here's what you actually need to do. First, get clear on what you want. Not what she wants, what you want. Do you actually want her back, or are you just responding to her attention? Are you in a healthy place to be in a relationship? Have you healed from the pain of the breakup? Have you grown and changed in ways that would make a second attempt more successful? Second, be honest about why it ended. If there were fundamental incompatibilities, toxic patterns, or deal-breaker issues, wanting each other isn't enough. Love doesn't fix everything. Some relationships end for good reasons, and those reasons don't disappear just because you miss each other. Third, require evidence of real change. If the relationship ended because of specific behaviors or patterns, has she actually addressed those? Not just talked about addressing them, actually done the work. Real change takes time, consistency, and commitment. Don't accept promises of future change. Look for demonstrated change over time. Fourth, communicate directly. If you're open to the possibility of reconciliation, say so. If you need her to be clearer about what she wants, ask her. If you have concerns or conditions, express them. Playing games or waiting for her to make the first explicit move often just creates more confusion and missed opportunities. Fifth, take it slow. If you decide to try again, don't just pick up where you left off. Start fresh. Date again. Rebuild trust gradually. Establish new patterns. Let this be a new relationship informed by your history, not a continuation of an old relationship that already failed. Sixth, be willing to walk away again if necessary. Just because someone wants you back doesn't obligate you to give them that chance. And if you do try again and the same problems resurface, be willing to leave. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you've invested too much to walk away again. The goal isn't just to get back together. The goal is to build something healthy, sustainable, and growth-oriented. If reconciliation can't offer that, it's not worth pursuing, no matter how many signs she's giving. Relationships are complex, beautiful, painful, and transformative. Sometimes the person who walked away realizes they made a mistake. Sometimes people genuinely grow and change. Sometimes second chances lead to something even better than the first time. But sometimes, they don't. The signs we've discussed today, the reaching out, the curiosity, the vulnerability, the jealousy, the presence, the reminiscing, the personal growth, the coded messages, and that intuitive knowing, these are indicators of interest, not guarantees of success. She might want you back, but that doesn't automatically mean you should go back. You need to evaluate not just her feelings, but the practical realities. Have the core issues been addressed? Are you both in healthier places? Is there a realistic path to a different outcome this time? Your worth isn't determined by whether someone regrets losing you. Your value doesn't increase because she realizes what she had. You were valuable the whole time. Don't let her renewed interest make you forget that. If you choose to explore reconciliation, do it from a place of strength, clarity, and self-respect. Do it because it genuinely serves your growth and happiness, not because you're afraid of being alone or because you're attached to the fantasy of what could be. And if you choose not to reconcile, that's equally valid. Sometimes the healthiest choice is to honor what was, learn from it, and move forward separately. Closure doesn't always come from getting back together. Sometimes it comes from accepting that the ending was right, even if it was painful. Remember, you deserve someone who is certain about you. Someone who doesn't need to lose you to realize your value. Someone who shows up consistently, not just when they're afraid of losing you permanently. If she wants you back, she needs to be clear about it. She needs to do the work. She needs to demonstrate changed behavior over time. And you need to trust yourself to make the decision that serves your highest good, even if that decision is difficult. Before we end, I want to hear from you. Have you experienced someone wanting you back? How did you handle it? What would you tell someone going through this right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This community thrives on shared experiences and wisdom. If this video helped you gain clarity, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to Aphorism Archive for more content on relationships, personal growth, and the courage to make decisions that honor your worth. Thank you for being here, for doing the inner work, and for choosing wisdom over impulse. You're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn. Until next time, remember, your value doesn't change based on whether someone comes back. You are enough, you've always been enough, and you always will be enough. Make decisions from that place of knowing. This is Aphorism Archive. I'll see you in the next video.